Remain standing until the conclusion of the reading of the proclamation. Ladies and gentlemen, the proclamation. All persons having any business before this honorable court now draw nigh, give your attendance, and you shall be heard.
Admission of lawyers. Phoebe Kate Andrews.
May it please the court, I move that Phoebe Kate Andrews be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Phoebe Kate Andrews be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yusuf Assad.
May it please the court, I move that Yusuf Assad to be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Yusuf Assad be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Joshua Bednar.
May it please the court, I move that Joshua Bednar be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Joshua Bednar be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jade Boundy.
May it please the court, I move that Jade Boundy be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jade Boundy be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Georgia Kate Elizabeth Cameron.
May it please the court, I move that Georgia Kate Elizabeth Cameron be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Let Georgia Kate Elizabeth Cameron be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Emma Jane Collins.
Court pleases that I move that my daughter, Dr. Emma Jane Collins, a member of the Bar of England and Wales, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Emma Jane Collins be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Christopher Diab.
May it please the court, I move that Christopher Diab be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Christopher Diab be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jonathan Jovan Gutsevsky.
May it please the court, I move that Jonathan Jovan Gorsevsky be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jonathan Jovan Gorzewski be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jackson Andrew Gray.
May it please the court, I move that Jackson Andrew Gray be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jackson Andrew Gray be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Elliot James Gray.
May it please the court, I move that Elliot James Gray be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Elliot James Gray be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Hugh Michael Green.
May it please the court, I move that my son, Hugh Michael Green, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Hugh Michael Green be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Nathan Patrick Hawkes.
May it please the court, I move that Nathan Patrick Hawkes be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Nathan Patrick Hawkes be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Joshua Samuel Hirschdorfer.
May it please the court, I move that my son, Joshua Samuel Hirschdorfer, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Joshua Samuel Hirschdorfer be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Hugo Chisholm Hosey.
I move that my son, Hugo Chisholm Hosey, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Hugo Chisholm Hosey be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jie-Sun Zhang.
May it please the court, I move that Ji Shun Zheng be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ji Shun Zheng be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Claire Marie Jones.
May it please the court, I move that Claire Marie Jones be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Claire Marie Jones be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Hyun Sung Kim.
May it please the court, I move that Hung Sung Kim be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Hun Sung Kim be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Myung Woo Kim.
May it please the court, I move that Myung Woo Kim be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Myung Woo Kim be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Pratip Kirupakaran.
May it please the court, I move that Parathep Karupakaran be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Pratip Karakbakaran be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Julia Elizabeth Cowald.
May it please the court, I move that Julia Elizabeth Cowell be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Julia Elizabeth Cowell be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Wing Tung Lee.
May it please the court, I move that Wing Tung Lee be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Wing Tung Lee be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Max Joseph Mackenzie.
May it please the court, I move that Max Joseph Mackenzie be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Max Joseph Mackenzie be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Robert Soltes Magistrado.
May it please the court, I move that Robert Soltes Magistrado be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Robert Soltes Magistrado be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Q Yan Karen Mack.
May it please the court, I move that Q Yan Karamak be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Q Yan Karen Mack be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yasmin Sarah Miller.
May it please the court, I move that Jasmine Sarah Miller be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jasmine Sarah Miller be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Balatanyi Lafoko Mokatedi.
May it please the court, I move that Balathani Lefoko Makotedi be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Balothani Lefoko Moketi Tedi be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kajol Mupana.
May it please the court, I move that Kajul Mupana be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Kajul Mupana be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Annette Lee Morton.
May it please the court, I move that Annette Lee Morton be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Annette Lee Morton be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sophia Patricia Murray Walker.
May it please the court, I move that Sophia Patricia Murray Walker be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sophia Patricia Murray Walker be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Raina Nakamura.
May it please the court, I move that Reina Nakamura be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Raina Nakamura be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tu Hong Tra Nguyen.
May it please the court, I move that Tu Huang Tra Nguyen be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tu Hong Tra Nguyen be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Angela Omari.
May it please the court, I move that Angela Omari be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Angela Omari be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kylie June Persha.
May it please the court, I move that Kylie June Persha be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Kylie June Persha be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lloyd Mary Racco Rogers.
May it please the court, I move that Lloyd Mary Rakey Rogers be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lloyd Mary Raki Rogers be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tatiana Gabrielle Pangaraban Ramos.
May it please the court, I move that Tatiana Gabrielle Panganiban Ramos be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tatiana Gabrielle Panganiban Ramos be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ashika Sampson.
May it please the court, I move that Ashika Sampson be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ashika Sampson be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Zara Sawa Seal.
May it please the court, I move that Zara Sawa Sale may be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Zara Sawa Sale be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Melissa Skowski.
May it please the court, I move that Melissa Skalski be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Melissa Skalski be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Paul David Smith.
May it please the court, I move that Paul David Smith be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Paul David Smith be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Guy Graham Spring.
May it please the court, I move that my son, Guy Graham Spring, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Guy Graham Spring be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Made Elizabeth Sawatika.
May it please the court, I move that Marikalia Elizabeth Swartika be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Marikalia Elizabeth Swatika be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Catherine Louise Summers.
May it please the court, I move that Catherine Louise Summers be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Catherine Louise Summers be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
David Tian Yi Tang.
May it please the court, I move that David Tian Yi Tang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let David Tian Yi Tang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Cameron Peter Utiga.
May it please the court, I move that Cameron Peter Udiga be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Cameron Peter Utica be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yanji Wang.
May it please the court, I move that Zhanxi Wang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Zhanxi Wang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Aidan Wayne Williams.
May it please the court, I move that my son, Aidan Wayne Williams, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Aidan Wayne Williams be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Billion Wong.
May it please the court, I move that Billion Wong be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Billion Wong be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Amber Su Min Yao.
May it please the court, I move that Amber Sumin Yao be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Amber Sumin Yao be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Annalie Yunan.
May it please the court, I move that Annalie Union be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Annalie Yunan be admitted as a lawyer of this court. It will now be necessary for those whose admissions have just been moved to swear an oath or make an affirmation. Would all newly admitted lawyers please stand as directed by the officiating officer?
Could rows 1 and 2 on my right please stand? Phoebe Kate Andrews, Yusuf Assad, Joshua Bednar, Jade Boundy, Georgia Kate Elizabeth Cameron, Emma Jane Collins, Christopher Diab, Jonathan Jovan Gosevsky, Jackson Andrew Gray, Elliot James Gray, Hugh Michael Green, Nathan Patrick Hawkes, Joshua Samuel Hirschdorfer, Hugo Chisholm Hosey, Jiajun Jiang, Claire Marie Jones. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
I do.
Thank you. Please sit down. And could rows 3 and 4 on my right please stand? Hyun Sung Kim, Young Woo Kim, Pratip Kirapakaran, Julia Elizabeth Cowald, Wing Tung Lee, Max Joseph Mackenzie, Robert Soltes Magistrado, Q Yan Karen Mack, Jasmine Sarah Miller, Balatani Lafoco Mokotei, Kajol Mupana, Annette Lee Morton, Sophia Patricia Murray Walker, Raina Nakamura, Tu Hong Tra Nguyen, Angela Amari, Kylie June Persha, Lloyd Mary Raki Rogers, Tatiana Gabrielle Pangarabian Ramos, Ashika Sampson. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? Thank you. Please sit down. And could rows 5 and 6 on my right please stand? Zara Sawa Sale, Melissa Skowski, Paul David Smith, Guy Graham Spring, Made Kalia Elizabeth Suatika, Catherine Louise Summers, David Tian Li Tang, Cameron Peter Utica, Yunzi Wang, Aidan Wayne Williams, Billion Wong, Amber Su Min Yao, Anna Lee Yunan. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? Thank you. Please sit down.
Now that the formal part of the proceedings is complete, I would like, on behalf of the Chief Justice and all of the judges of the Supreme Court, to warmly welcome you and your family and friends to the Supreme Court of New South Wales, including those who are here virtually by watching the ceremony online. I'm Justice Ward. I'm the President of the Court of Appeal, and I have the honour to represent the Chief Justice at today's very special ceremony. Present with me on the bench today to my right is Justice Davies, a judge sitting in the Common Law Division, and to my left is Justice Milnitsky, who is a judge sitting in the Equity Division. Together, we constitute the court which has, in the exercise of its jurisdiction, admitted you to practice. I wish to begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet, the Gadigal of the Eora Nation, and I pay my respects to their elders past and present, and to any First Nations peoples here today. I acknowledge the long-standing and enduring customs and traditions of Australia's First Nations peoples and their deep connection with country. To all of you newly admitted lawyers, who are, of course, the shining stars of today's ceremony, it is a very great pleasure to welcome each of you individually and all of you collectively to the legal profession of this state. It is now over 40 years since I was admitted as a solicitor in this very same courtroom. I know that sounds hard to believe, but it is true. I well recall the solemnity of the occasion, the penetrating gaze of the then Chief Justice Sir Lawrence Street as each new lawyer was admitted, whose stare I can't quite emulate, but I do try, and the excitement and pride of my parents who were here to witness the ceremony, the very first time either of them had set foot in a court, let alone the Banco court. Little did I imagine then, or could they have dreamt, that I would one day be presiding over just such a ceremony in the very same courtroom. Perhaps that particular honour lies in the future for one of today's cohort of newly admitted lawyers. I've referred to my own admission ceremony, which is now part of ancient history, for a number of reasons. First, because although much has changed in the legal profession over the years, the traditions and fundamental ethos of our profession has not. In being admitted as a lawyer today, you have each joined a centuries-old profession with ancient origins. The custom of advocates swearing an admissions oath is one that dates back to the 12th century. Our wigs and robes might well date back almost as far. The Supreme Court itself was established in 1823 and first admitted lawyers to practice in 1824. As Chief Justice Spiegelman used to say at ceremonies just such as today's, this makes New South Wales one of only a handful of jurisdictions in the common law world with a continuously operating court as old as this. By 1830, the names of lawyers were entered onto rolls in this state, as yours will be after this ceremony. So you now have become part of this tradition almost 200 years later. Perhaps for some of you, or more likely for your family and friends, that's how long it feels like you have been studying to get here today. The continuing traditions of our legal profession are important to acknowledge, particularly as this court enters its bicentenary year. At the heart of our system of law is the direct relationship between the court and lawyers as officers of the court. The oath or affirmation that you have made today, witnessed by your family and peers, is a serious one, and it deserves solemn regard. You must always remember that admission as a member of the legal profession is a privilege, not a right. Importantly, today you assume ethical obligations over and above those demanded of you as members of the community. The legal profession is dedicated to upholding the rule of law, one of the most important pillars of a peaceful and democratic society. So the standards expected of legal professionals are correspondingly high. As lawyers, in whatever area of law you practice, you should be known for your honesty, your integrity, and your commitment to justice. Always remember that while you will owe onerous duties to your clients, your paramount duty is to the court. Among the obligations that you acquire to the court today, and which I feel duty-bound to point out to you or remind you, are a duty of full disclosure of the relevant law, a duty of candour, not to mislead the court or knowingly permit your client to do so, a duty to refuse to permit the commencement or continuation of baseless proceedings, a duty to exercise care before making allegations of misconduct against any other person, a duty not to assist any form of improper conduct, and a duty to conduct cases before the court efficiently and expeditiously. Your duty to the court requires that you comply faithfully with your ethical obligations, no matter what pressures may be placed upon you, and no matter what that they may at times conflict with what your client wishes or desires. It is an acknowledgement of those weighty responsibilities that we observe today's unique formalities. But not everything in the legal profession has remained unchanged over the years. Some of those changes are the product of changes in our community. When I commenced practice as a solicitor, women did not occupy senior positions in the law. There were no female partners in large commercial law firms. There was only a handful of female silks, and there were no female judges on this court. And women who appeared in court in those days were not seen if they wore trousers. How has the world changed since then? Not only do we see women at the highest levels in our profession, but some are even admitted wearing power suits today. Some of those changes are the product of technological developments. When I first commenced practice as a solicitor, our firm had Wang computers that occupied almost a whole floor of the building. The latest innovation at that time was the telex machine, or perhaps the golf ball typewriter. Today, you will work in offices where the computer capacity seems endless, but the space occupied by computers, conversely, is very small, and where communication is almost instantaneous with email, not to mention Zoom. Flexible working arrangements have become de rigueur. Of course, with those changes comes increasing work pressures, particularly from clients who expect instantaneous delivery of legal services and unforeseen dangers. Think perhaps of the lawyer who was stuck behind a kitten Zoom filter during a court appearance. The change that is the most important for the future of our profession is the increasing diversity of our profession, and you are visible proof of that diversity. You will each have taken a different, although in some cases similar, path from to join the legal profession. You come from different homes, different backgrounds, and different cultures. Some of you, like me, will have been the first in your family to have studied law. Some of you, on the other hand, and we have heard of some being admitted whose admissions were moved today by members of their family, will have had the good fortune to be able to debate legal propositions with other lawyers in your family, parents, sometimes siblings. You may have been able to point out to them the errors of their outdated legal thinking. You will no doubt bring to the practice of law different experiences and different perspectives, and you will have different expectations and aspirations for your career. Both the legal profession and the administration of justice are enriched by that diversity. Diverse representation amongst solicitors, advocates, and judges ensures that all people who become involved in our justice system can and feel that they can be properly heard, and fairly engaged with by a system reflective of our broader community. It is important to the maintenance of the rule of law that the legal profession, including the judiciary, reflects the community which we serve. The second reason that I referred earlier to my own admission ceremony is that today is a day for celebration, not just for you, but also for your family and friends. You will all have worked extremely hard to reach today's milestone, perhaps through caffeine-fueled nights, no doubt through obscure problem questions, and almost certainly reading more cases than you can hope ever to be able to remember. You are entitled to be proud of your achievements, but so also are your family and friends entitled to be proud of you. No doubt many of them who are not already legally qualified would feel that they are almost entitled to be admitted here today, having shared the knowledge of law that you have gained over the years. No doubt many have been on the receiving end of your finely honed skills of advocacy. Fascinating as the law is, many may well feel that they now know more about snails in ginger beer bottles and the cannibalisation of shipwrecked cabin boys than it was ever necessary for them to know. I have no doubt that your family and friends will have played an important role in assisting you to reach today's milestone achievement, whether in whatever way. And I think today is a day when you should be able to celebrate together in those achievements. You have now entered the real legal world, so to speak. In legal practice, you will now encounter the reality of that world, of eggshell skulls and peppercorn rents. You may meet the mysterious reasonable person. You know, no longer do we refer to that person as the reasonable man. And you will have to apply the Constitution with an understanding that it consists of so much more than the vibe of the thing. You will be called upon as an advisor, a problem solver, a mediator, an advocate for the marginalised. You will learn, perhaps, the mysteries of time costing and the pressures of running a legal practice. But as you go about your day-to-day work, remember that you're not merely dealing with the law in a vacuum, but as it applies to people's lives. Strive to deliver legal services competently and fearlessly, with courtesy and integrity, because your role as a lawyer will have profound consequences for access to justice. If you are under the impression that today was an end to your studies, it is my unpalatable duty to tell you that you are wrong. There will always be something new to learn. As lawyers, there is no risk that any of us will suffer from a bibliophobia, that is, a fear of lack of reading material. There is no doubt also that the law can be a stressful occupation. It is important to remember that notwithstanding that you are a diverse group, you now share a common membership of the legal profession. When clients are demanding, when work is not progressing the way you may have hoped, when, and surely this will be rare, you have difficulty persuading a judge of the wisdom of your arguments or the merits of your client's case, remember that the support of your peers will be invaluable and make use of that support. And in that context, I propose now to call upon the young representatives of the New South Wales Bar Association and the Law Society to say a few words to you of encouragement and support. Ms. Galifiocco, do you move?
May it please the court. My name is Bianca Galifuoco and I've been practising for almost 1 year at the bar now and 9 years prior to that as a solicitor. I have a broad practice at this stage. I think most readers just say we accept any briefs. On behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you all to the legal profession. The legal profession is an old profession based on precedent and the rule of law, while also being a profession that grows and develops to adapt to new practices and technology, and importantly, to society's values as they change over time. For several decades now, the composition of lawyers and barristers in New South Wales has changed to better reflect the community. The bar today is a welcoming place for people of all genders and backgrounds. It is an honour to be a lawyer, and in my case, a barrister, and I am proud to be a member of the legal profession. I enjoy the intellectual challenge of my job, and that it allows me to give expert advice to clients, to represent people in court, and to contribute to society in a meaningful way. If you are interested in coming to the bar, you can contact the New South Wales Bar Association or have a look at its website, and each year there is a Career at the Bar Open Day. I highly encourage you to consider it. In your first year of practice at the bar as a reader, you receive particular assistance from 2 barristers of at least 7 years seniority who meet with you weekly, review your work, and teach you practical skills. I'm so grateful for the support that I have received. The support you receive is not just limited to those 2 barristers. The bar is renowned for its collegiality, open door policy, especially in chambers. There are also opportunities to become involved in the work of the New South Wales Bar Association, which is the professional body that supports barristers and has a range of committees, including a new barristers committee, which organises social and educational functions for 0 to 5 year barristers like me, and a diversity and equality committee, which promotes one of the key strategic goals of the New South Wales Bar Association, to attract the best people to become barristers, regardless of their race, religion, gender, parental status, or sexual preference. Whether as a lawyer or barrister, I encourage you to get involved in the Law Society or Bar Association and to use your skills to assist your community. It is a rewarding experience to practice in connection with others in your profession. Once again, on behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession, and I congratulate you on your ambition today as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Thank you, Ms. Galifiuca. Mr. Roberts, do you move?
May it please the court. My name is Timothy Roberts and I am the Vice President of New South Wales Young Lawyers. And not so long ago, I was at this step. Being admitted to the Supreme Court role is the final step of a long and arduous journey, and you should all feel immensely proud of what you have achieved thus far. When I embarked on my career as a solicitor, I had no real idea what to expect. It was not always easy. Often it was overwhelming. But as I stand here today, just 2.5 years ago, as working as a solicitor, I can tell you I have already learned much since I was at this moment. One of the most important things I have learned is the importance of belonging to a profession. The legal profession is an increasingly large and diverse community, and one to which you now belong. The Law Society of New South Wales is the home of that community, with our members flung, of 30,000 in number, far and wide across this state. We are bound by our shared duties, our commitment to the continuous learning, our desire to connect, our drive to give back to our communities, and uphold the rule of law. As an early career lawyer, belonging to a strong network of peers is crucial. That is why I have been a part of the Law Society's New South Wales Young Lawyers branch for my 2.5 years. Here I have found friendship, inspiration, guidance, and support when I needed it most, as well as opportunities to advocate and join committees. By joining the Law Society and New South Wales Young Lawyers, you will gain access to professional support, conferences and events, a wide range of publications, professional development opportunities, mentoring, volunteering opportunities, and so much more. It is the role of the Law Society to ensure that you, as newly minted solicitors, can thrive and succeed in your new profession. So, again, congratulations. Look us up. Speak to your employer about us. But we look forward to welcoming you into the Law Society community.
Thank you, Mr. Roberts. In closing, can I say that in my experience, the law is a wonderful profession. It's stimulating, challenging, and satisfying. It's populated by intellectual, committed, and dynamic people. On a recent appeal, over which I was presiding, Senior Counsel made the somewhat surprising submission to me to the effect that at some stage in every lawyer's career, that lawyer will say, I don't want to be a lawyer, I want to be a television producer. Well, can I say I did not find that submission particularly persuasive. Apart from the fact that I am notoriously camera shy, I've never regretted my decision to become a lawyer, and I hope that you will not either. You should be proud to be a lawyer. You should strive to perform your obligations so that you can remain proud to be a lawyer. On behalf of all of the judges of the Supreme Court, and particularly Justice Davies and Justice Melnitsky, who are here with me today, I offer my sincere congratulations on your admission and welcome you to the legal profession. The court will now adjourn.
All stand. This honourable court is now adjourned.